In a previous presentation, I looked at the cost of teachers' pensions to the state. Just to recap on some of the points that we raised there. First of all, the report of the Controller and Auditor General in August 2009 put the employer cost of a pension, the state's cost, for a new entrant to primary teaching under current conditions at only 7.5% of salary. The Trident report in October 2010, commissioned by INTO, put that cost even lower, somewhere between 3.4% and 5.7% of salary, a figure which is actually below the 5.8% contribution rate typical of private sector employers. Despite these findings, the current government remains hell-bent on introducing next year a reduced benefit pension for new entrants to teaching. Under this new scheme, new entrants to primary teaching from 2011 on will pay more, work longer and get less. They'll pay more because their pension contributions will be paid over a longer teaching career. It's envisaged that most of these people will work until they're 68. They will get less because their pensions will be based not on final salary, as my pension is, but on their career average earnings over their entire career. Okay, so one of the startling conclusions of this report, the Trident report, in relation to the proposed new entrant scheme, is that these teachers will actually contribute more to their pensions over their working life than they can ever hope to draw in benefits. It's questionable whether that's even legal. Already I can hear some of you saying, but this is wrong, we'll have to bite the bullet. The country's broke. We just have to make savings. Well, the really sinister thing about these new proposals is there is no current saving to the country. Not one red cent until perhaps 47 years from now, when the first of these new entrants are due to retire. This then isn't a cost-cutting measure which is intended to resolve our current financial crisis. It purely and simply reflects an ideological position driven by those who perceive all investment in public goods as wasteful and inefficient. The pension entitlements of future teachers are to be sacrificed at the altar of neoliberal ideology. It seems to me that there are two ways that, as trade unionists, we can respond to these facts. We can either absorb the apathy and the cynicism that we encounter constantly on our airwaves, and you've heard all the excuses. There's nothing we can do, or it's right and proper that the public service should chase the private sector to the bottom in a race on pensions, or, oh well, it doesn't affect me anyway, so why should I worry about it? Well, we can use those excuses, those cop-outs, if we want. Blame somebody else. Or we can stand up for the things that we know to be right. It is not unreasonable to expect a decent pension on retirement. It is not unreasonable to expect an employer to pay half that cost, at least. And it is not fair that future teachers should be scapegoated because of an ideological tunnel vision of the current government. This is a question of solidarity across generations. Our current conditions of employment were won at considerable cost by previous generations of teachers. Trade unions should be about this. If they're not, what's the point? So what can you do? Well, inform yourself about the real facts on pensions. Check out the INTO website for the Trident report. Email your local politician to express your dissatisfaction with the public position of government on pensions, and indeed the public position of many of the opposition spokespeople. Thirdly, the teacher unions propose to hold a number of public meetings to highlight these issues and to protest against the concerted attack on public service pensions. The first of these will take place in the Clarion Hotel, Liffey Valley, on the 23rd of October this month, November 2010, at 7:30 p.m. Be there. Remember, it may be them now. It could well be you tomorrow.